Another thing that you can do is call your sales reps and ask them what you can do for them. This is something that they'll be completely shocked and they won't know really what to do. But if you just call them out of the blue and say, hey, I was just here at my desk and I wanted to see if there's anything that you need help with, any deals that you're about to close that you might need my assistance. I mean, when was the last time that you did that? Chances are, if they actually take your call, a lot of times they probably won't take your call because they see your number come up and say, if he's calling me out of the blue, that means he needs something from me. But really shock them in the fact that you can call them up and ask them, what you need from me. And provided it's not going to be things that are going to take 4 or 5 days and for you to do their job for them, that's not the point. It's what do you need help with to get something through? Do you need something operationally done? Do you need some sort of PO or purchase order curried through finance? Do you need something from the operational department that I need to help you with? Do you need something from our incentive compensation department that you're having a problem with? Something like that. Always look for things to do, and this is a way in which you can really make a lot of trust deposits and really help motivate this motivational profile. So another thing that you can do, our third thing in the series of trust accounts, and we'll number them for you here in our transcript that you can get on the blog, salesmanagementmastery.com. But with uncomfortable or complex situations or issues, instead of texting them or emailing them or hiding behind an email, it's really important for you to get out from email and call them and talk to them, or even better yet, meet them face to face. There's going to be complex issues. There's going to be things that you're going to get into with your salespeople that should not be resolved on email. And a great way to do this is to talk to them live. And I think a lot of us get caught up with, I don't know, with your company, you have instant messaging, or maybe you have just text messaging or email. We all get caught up in that, and there's nothing beats personal contact. Better yet, get out with them in the field and talk about these complex or uncomfortable issues instead of hiding behind email. Now, another thing, and our fourth thing here on how to help establish trust with the people-motivated salesperson, is when you're coaching your sales reps, don't ever start your statement with, when I was a sales rep. That's just a horrible way to start things. You can maybe say, well, I recall there was a situation, or not when I was a sales rep, because that all of a sudden really paints the picture between you as management and them as the lowly rep. Well, when I was a sales rep, this is what I would have done. Go around it, do the end around. Ask them instead what they think that they should do. And this is part of our coaching model that we teach in the academy, is ask them what you think, or what they think, rather, they should do. Instead of telling them, well, when I was a sales rep, this is how I handled it. There may be times where maybe they don't have an answer, and you can call upon your experience and your expertise, and that's why you're the boss. But never start off a statement of when I was a sales rep. It really takes deposits out of the trust account, which is what you don't want to do. Another thing, and the fifth thing that you can do to establish trust with the people-oriented salesperson, is when you're interacting with the sales reps, focus only on them and don't multitask. Don't when they're talking about something, or you're talking about an account, don't be constantly looking down your BlackBerry or your iPhone and tapping off emails. Shut the thing off. Give your sales rep their undivided attention. And even when calls start coming in, let's say there's other reps, unless there's an absolute emergency, when there's other calls that are coming in, don't take those calls. Even look at them and say, hey, well, you should probably take that call. Maybe it's another salesperson. So, well, no, I'm with you, and this is your day. And unless there's an emergency, I'm going to have to make a call here. But, this is my day to focus on you. Maybe you're going out on a call with them. Maybe you're making calls with them in the office. Maybe you're accompanying them on the showroom floor, or, doing whatever it is that you're doing. Or maybe you're making a call with them if you're in a call center. All these sorts of things. Don't get distracted. Focus in on them. And that's how you build a tremendous level of rapport as well as trust. And it's very important with this profile. And sixth, don't be a seagull sales manager. We've had blog posts about this in the past, and this is a very common form of sales management and management just in general in the corporate world, especially in the United States. When times are tough, try to be an eagle and assess what needs to be done, and instead of being a seagull sales manager. A seagull sales manager is a sales manager who swoops in when times are bad and things are down, and craps all over their salespeople, and then flies away and doesn't help them. That type of management is very common. However, it's the one that takes the most deposits out of the trust account, and salespeople hate this. Don't run in and tell them that they stink and then leave. Come in, help them out. Try to find out a solution. Get them to figure out the solution and get them to figure it out on their own, but assist them and help them, because this type of salesperson is very sensitive to this. And if you're going to do this on a regular basis, you're doing obviously the law of reciprocity by helping them out, but you're developing a rapport, you're developing trust, and you're motivating them at the same time. So it does a lot of things all at the same time. And that's what we talk about this in the opening statement about the subject of the show, is that leading, motivating, and coaching this profile. And lastly, empower your sales reps as much as you possibly can. This is number 7, to empower your sales reps as much as you possibly can to get them to make their own decisions. Because when somebody makes their own decisions, they feel empowered by that decision. And also, it leads them to take ownership of that decision and see it all the way through to fruition. So it's very, very important. But when you empower somebody to make their own decisions, it's a very powerful motivator. And this is how you develop trust and rapport with this motivational profile in order to really get them moving in the right direction. So just to summarize, we talked about 7 ways in which to establish trust or to motivate salespeople who are primarily motivated by affiliation, companionship, and people. And you can get the profile once again inside the Sales Management Mastery Academy in our file cabinet for our paid members. But once again, just a review is, first off, evoke the law of reciprocity. Second is call your sales reps right out of the blue and ask them what you can do for them. If you had number 3 is, if you have uncomfortable, complex issues, make a call instead of hiding behind an email. Number 4, when you're coaching your sales reps, don't ever start the statement with "when I was a sales rep." Number 5, when interacting with your salespeople, focus only on them and don't multitask. Set the BlackBerry aside. Don't take the calls, only unless it's deathly important. And number 6 is don't be a seagull sales manager, which we talked about briefly. And lastly, number 7 is how to empower your sales reps. So there are 7 tips to help motivate and lead and coach the salesperson who is motivated primarily by a need for affiliation, companionship with others and people. Now, for hundreds of other sales management techniques and strategies such as this one, you can find them in the Sales Management Mastery Academy, along with tons of done-for-you resources to help you and your sales managers achieve ultimate sales management success. To claim your free sales manager training inside the Sales Management Mastery Academy, including our most popular training of all time, How to Motivate Your Sales Team to Peak Performance, visit salestraininggift.com. That's it for this week's episode of Sales Management Mastery. Until next time, wishing you ultimate sales management success.
You've been listening to the sales management, motivational, and leadership training expert, Ralph Burns. Ralph invites you to discover the sales manager training secrets that will unleash a flood of new sales from your sales team. Visit salestraininggift.com and you'll get instant access to your choice of life-changing sales manager training techniques, only taught in the internationally acclaimed Sales Management Mastery Academy online community. Go now to salestraininggift.com. Sales Management Mastery.